Hello, most dear ones. This is Satara coming to you live and in person. I'm buying some sage, feeling this energy, feeling this vibe. Yes, uh, feeling full of vigor and life, and getting some sage. Get it in. And I got some incense blowing in the back. There's some other smoke going on. So today, I hope you are having a great day today. Um, it is Friday, 6/12. So a bunch of threes. That's 6 and 12. That's still 2 plus 1. That's still three. And then 6 plus 6 is still three. So still threes. So the topic of discussion is I don't know yet, but I'm just on here getting ready to send out some great vibes to you and hoping you're having a great day. Um, First of all, I just want to say, look, have you ever just had a time where you you knew but you didn't know? Like you wholeheartedly um it's like you got the gut, you got the gut feeling, you got like everything pointing to yes, and like the the signs, like everything's there, you're pumped up, you're in the go position, and you feel like, oh my gosh, nothing can, like there's no stopping us, like that type of situation. Like you felt that wholeheartedly, and you didn't, let's say, hesitate. You didn't, back off. You you just you just went forward because you knew that's what you had to do. Like you knew to go for it, and you weren't gonna like back down. So I want to tell you, when that happens, um, you need to proceed. You need to you need to, beyond proceeding, you need to, you should, you could at this point, or you could at this point feel like, if I don't proceed, what could happen? If I don't go forward, what could happen? So if you are, in the proceed section and you are not feeling like, you should, I'm going to tell you you should, because that's your cue. um, just that, there's a good chance that what you're hearing in your mind and what you're being told is not lining up with who you are, and you may be having some of these, thoughts that are from other people that aren't your thoughts, because only the people that are going to, support you will, back you. And I don't mean just back you, I mean lift you up. I mean, um, cause you to feel like you you just overly loved. Okay? Cause you to feel like you are beyond, um, being cared for, beyond being looked after, beyond being. And when you get this vibe, when you know this vibe to be truth, you proceed. You stretch forward. You do not hesitate. Um, because I'm gonna tell you, like for real, like in all for reals. Since this could be considered what you consider an illusion, you might as well just proceed where you're going. Like you might as well just pick up on your stick, get your baton, pass your baton to yourself, and insert yourself into position of forwardness, rising up. So, I say this all the time to people that, like, when you more than know, it gets to a point where you know but you don't know, but then you get to this point where you just know. And when you're in that section, you may be looked upon as being a know-it-all. Hey, You pretty much probably are know it all, because what I'm talking about is knowing thyself, knowing who you are. And if you know beyond knowing of who you are, you gonna be you need to be, you need to be a know-it-all now. We're talking about you. We're talking about vibing you up. We're talking about pushing you forward. We're talking about support for you. You got to be a know-it-all in this section. You need to be a know-it-all about yourself, because I'm gonna tell you, if you don't know yourself, um, it can get real crazy. If you don't know yourself, it can get pretty demanding. If you don't know yourself, you can get real depressed. If you don't know yourself, you can go straight loopy from your own thoughts in your head. If you don't know yourself, you can get so much in a loop that you don't even know that you're in a loop. If you do not know yourself, somebody could come along and tell you how you got all kinds of problems and you got all kinds of issues and you causing stress in their life. If you do not know yourself, someone could tell you that just you're not about anything and you've never done anything for me. If you do not know yourself, these bees that call you family, they got that label. They could tell you all about yourself and you'll believe them and you'll latch onto that and you'll stay in that mode if you do not know yourself. So the whole point of this conversation is message: know thyself, know yourself. Because when you're knowing yourself, you are confident. Number one, you are springing into action. Number two, you are, uh, vibrant. You with vigor. You living in this wholeness that you realize that no one else needs to be like on this vibe. Like, it doesn't matter that no one else is vibing with it. Won't When you know yourself, it does not matter if no one's vibing with you. I'm just gonna tell you. And then if you know yourself, you just don't care about what other people think of you. If you know yourself, you just don't give a doggone hoot. What's that thing? Uh, Give a hoot, don't pollute. Don't pollute your brain with negative or things and beings and situations that aren't even your business, that don't even have nothing to do with you. If you don't know yourself, somebody could walk up to you and call you all kinds of son of a guns, and you could just be like, man, that was so random. Maybe no. We're not just gonna accept anything. If you know yourself, you're not gonna just accept anything. If you know yourself, you have some standards. You have many standards. I'm just gonna tell you. If you know yourself, you have boundaries. If you know yourself, you give TLC to yourself. And the kind of selfishness that I'm talking about is the selfishness that requires you to proceed forward. Not the selfishness that tear others down. The selfishness that builds you up. That's the selfishness I'm talking about. Now, I know there's all kinds of selfishness on this planet Earth here. I know there is. But if you know yourself beyond a shadow of a doubt, if you are knowing beyond knowing, no one, no one, no one, not even you, is gonna tear you down, because you in the cold moment. In the cold, COAL, is the moment exactly when you know your engine's running. You know you have put all these coals in this engine to proceed forward, to gush through forward, to walk through these doors that have been shut off to you, to know that these doors that you're walking to, and the door that I'm talking about could be a door of commitment to yourself. A door of commitment to thyself is one door. A door of setting boundaries, that is a door. You create these doors. And these, don't look. These are some simple tips here that I'm They simple. But if without some of these simple tips, you could just fall through the cracks. And I don't mean fall through just a crack in the floor, a crack in your life. I'm talking about a real crack where you in the abyss. You don't have no idea what's going on. Like emotionally offset, mentally offset. So if you don't know yourself, your mental and your emotional well-being is a thumbs down. It can really be a thumbs down. If you do not know yourself, you can cause emotional damage within yourself beyond the trauma that you've already experienced along in your life. So what I'm telling you right now, knowing thyself involves emotional well-keptness, mental health, wellness. It, it requires that. So it won't matter what's happening outside. I tell you, it won't matter about what's happening outside of you. It will not matter. The only thing that's going to matter is what you tell yourself. Your voice has to be the loudest among all the voices. You can't make other people's voices louder than your voice because that's not okay. Because, look, if you don't know yourself, you could have lower self-esteem. Okay? If you don't know yourself, you could be um, wandering aimlessly in your life. You can continue to say, I don't know, and walk the path of I don't know. But what I must say at this point is, look, if you know yourself and you know what you've witnessed and you know who you're becoming, if you know that, then it won't matter that somebody think of you however they think of you. It won't matter if these people see you or not. Because you know why? Because you see you. You know the growth. If you've got some beings telling you about yourself, always putting you down, dragging you through the mud, putting you in a depressed state, making you feel like you ain't good enough, what you doing? Why haven't you just said it's enough? Why haven't you put the sledgehammer to it and said, I'm done with this. I don't have time for this. Life is short, and it just got short 2 seconds ago. Your past now just became your future. Your now just became the past. Like that quick. So you know, it's something to say when you know yourself and you grounded and you rooted and no one can come and uproot your tree. You know, trees, they have roots and they go into the ground and they get nourishment from their own space, you know, and they get water, you know, from beneath them, and they're growing into that. That is exactly the space in which I'm talking about and where I'm headed towards here. If you know that you are rooted, you are planted, not just by some water, many waters, that you have rooted yourself into an abundance of waves of knowing yourself, the waves of knowing yourself. If you are rooted in that, it really won't matter what people tell you. It won't matter if people agree with you either. It'll be great that they do. It'll be great that you experience that, but it won't matter what they tell you. It just won't. And more important, you won't need it to verify yourself. That's the other issue. It is not. You won't need this. You won't need to be verified. The fact that you get confirmation will boost you up, will give you more power. The fact that you're getting confirmation and verified without even doing too much about it and worrying about it, that it comes to you um, so easily and just with ease and comfort, and it's pushing you and it's vibing you, and it's like you get a new groove, and you know you just do your groove. You're not being in this zone. I need to do this and that. You'll just know what to do, and you'll figure out what you need to do at this point. So if you know yourself, know thyself, be true to that. Go forward with that. Be in your truth. No one, no one, and I can tell you this, no one can tell you your truth. No one can guide you more. No one can support you more than you. The fact that all these beings will be doing that is just going to boost you up. But the fact, more importantly, the fact that you can do this is the whole piece of this conversation. That you rise yourself up and you be risen. And being risen is a major step on the process of knowing thyself. And knowing thyself is rising up. Knowing thyself is expansion. Knowing thyself is gaining knowledge. Knowing thyself is coming from a place where you are not doubting yourself. You won't doubt your truth. You won't hesitate with your truth. You no longer will need that in the process. Walk through these doors of abundance. Walk through these doors of being set in your accurate and most accurate direction. Walk through these doors of the I am. If you are in the I am and you know you're in the I am and you know that this is where you have been led to, you as you gain momentum, as you get stronger, as you grow stronger in your growth of this, no one will be able to deter you. You are set in your path. And well, pretty much that was a good conversation. So I just want to tell you, look, like this is like the vibe of the day. You know, you got to get into your groove. You know, get in your groove and be confident in your groove and know that you are more than set on your path. That the path of you, thank you, confirmation, the path of you is like almost like a drum. It's like a beat. And you hear that going right now? That's the path. That's the way it happens. It happens like that. And then sometimes it'll pause. But it's only for you to decide. You you wouldn't trust in it. Why would you trust that in anyone else's hands but yours? Can't make this stuff up. I'm just saying. So as I would always say, enjoy your sun, your moon, and your stars, most dearest ones, and follow your path. Listen for your signals. Listen to the beat of the drum that you speak. Listen to the beat of the drum that you speak, and have a most wondrous and expanded day. Links are below. Information is below. DM me for a session or a reading or a consultation. And as I always say, enjoy your sun and your moon and your stars because you are the sun, the moon, and the stars. Peace.